Every great founder knows a secret that separates the truly successful from those who burn out before reaching their potential. It's not about working harder, raising more money, or having the perfect strategy. The most powerful leaders in history understood something that you're about to discover tonight. They built their authority from the inside out. What if I told you that the very thing you think disqualifies you, your doubts, your fears, your sense that you don't belong, what if these are actually the raw materials of unshakable inner strength? Tonight, you're going to meet someone who discovered this truth in the most impossible circumstances. Someone who rose from slavery to become one of the most revered teachers in human history. His name was Epictetus, and he's been waiting to share with you the secret of inner authority that no external circumstance can touch. Welcome to the space between sleep and transformation, where ancient wisdom becomes your foundation of strength. As you hear these words, something ancient calls to you. You find yourself naturally settling deeper, drawn toward a wisdom that has waited 2,000 years for this moment. The weight of today's pressures begins to dissolve. Every doubt, every question about your worthiness, starting to fade like morning mist. Your breathing slows as you feel the pull of this mystical journey. Each word I speak guides you further from the ordinary world of external validation and deeper into the realm where true authority awaits. The mystical energy washes over you like warm light. Your body naturally finds its perfect position for receiving wisdom that will change everything. As this ancient calling grows stronger, your mind naturally quiets. Thoughts of what others think drift away. You're crossing the threshold into sacred space, where the deepest freedom has been waiting for you. You are exactly where you need to be, in the space between who you've been and who you're becoming. You find yourself walking through twilight, and ahead, something extraordinary emerges from the mist. An ancient marble archway, pristine white, stone carved with symbols of liberation, broken chains that have transformed into flowing vines, eagles soaring free from opened cages. The archway itself seems to pulse with quiet strength, and inscribed above in symbols that speak directly to your soul, the door to inner freedom. Through this portal, warm golden light emanates. As you approach closer, you see marble steps descending into the temple, each step worn smooth by countless seekers of true freedom. Something powerful calls you forward, something that recognizes your readiness for authentic authority. You place your foot on the first step and immediately feel a shift. Step by step, you descend, counting as you go deeper. 1. Feeling external pressures beginning to fade. 2. Your breathing naturally deepens. 3. The weight of others' opinions starts to lift. 4. You're moving toward your true self. 5. Past the need for permission. 6. Releasing the need to prove yourself. 7. Discovering your inherent worth. 8. Deeper into your own authority. 9. Leaving doubt behind. 10. Halfway to freedom. 11. The light grows brighter. 12. You feel your natural confidence awakening. 13. Trusting your inner knowing. 14. Almost there. 15. The sacred space opens before you. 16. Your true power emerging. 17. Stepping into sovereignty. 18. Nearly home. 19. One more step. 20. You have arrived. You emerge into a circular marble temple. Doric columns, reaching toward an open twilight sky. Soft golden light emanates from an eternal flame at the center. Its glow speaking of truths that never fade. The floor beneath your feet is polished marble with subtle inlays showing ancient symbols of inner strength. Around the temple walls, carved scenes tell stories of liberation. Figures breaking free, not just from physical chains, but from the invisible bonds of fear, doubt, and external dependency. The atmosphere is both majestic and intimate, powerful yet peaceful. Exactly the energy of someone who has found unshakable inner authority. Two simple stone seats face each other beside the eternal flame, one clearly meant for you, and in the other sits a figure whose presence radiates quiet strength. Despite his physical limitations, he carries himself with unmistakable inner authority.
Welcome, my friend. I see you carry invisible chains that are heavier than any I ever wore. But tonight we break them together. Sit and let me show you the freedom that no one can take away.
As you settle into the stone seat across from Epictetus, you feel the weight of his presence. This is someone who found ultimate freedom in the most constrained circumstances. Listen carefully as he shares what he learned about the prison most of us never realize we're in.
You know, when I was a slave, I thought my master controlled my life. I was wrong. The real prison wasn't the chains on my body. It was the chains in my mind, the belief that my worth depended on his opinion of me. I see you carry similar chains, though yours are invisible. Every time you wonder, am I good enough, you hand the key to your freedom to someone else. Every time you need their approval to feel worthy, you make yourself a prisoner of their judgment. But I discovered something. The key to every chain is in your own hand.
Feel the truth of these words settling into your bones. Epictetus speaks from the deepest experience of finding freedom, where none seemed possible. Let this knowing awaken something within you.
Let me show you the first key to your freedom. There are only two categories of things in this universe, things that are up to you and things that are not up to you. Your suffering comes from confusing these categories. Your thoughts, up to you. Your choices, up to you. Your responses, up to you. These are your true possessions. The only things that belong completely to you, but they're opinions of you, not up to you. Whether they invest in your company, not up to you. Whether they think you're qualified, not up to you. You have been trying to control things that were never yours to control. Here is what I learned in slavery. When you focus your energy only on what is up to you, you become invincible. When you need nothing from the category of not up to you to feel worthy, you become truly free.
Notice how this ancient wisdom speaks directly to every moment you've doubted yourself, every time you've sought validation from externals. Feel how liberating it is to release what was never yours to control.
Tell me, when you walk into that boardroom, what are you really afraid of? That they'll discover you're not qualified? But qualified according to whom? Who appointed them the judges of your worth? You did. You gave them a power over you that belongs to you alone. But tonight, you take it back. Close your eyes and think of a moment when you felt like an imposter. I want you to see it clearly. Who was there? What were you afraid they would think? Now, I want you to understand what really happened in that moment. You took your inherent worth, the worth you were born with, and you placed it in their hands. You made your value dependent on their approval. But your worth, your true worth, was never theirs to give or take away. It exists independent of any role, any achievement, any opinion. When you were born, did you need permission to breathe? Your worth is yours by the same right.
Feel this truth resonating in every cell of your body. Epictetus is showing you chains you didn't even know you were wearing, and more importantly, where you've been keeping the key all along.
The anxiety you feel before important meetings, the doubt that creeps in when you're making big decisions, this is not wisdom. This is the voice of someone who has forgotten their true nature. You are not your title. You are not your company. You are not your achievements. You are the one who chooses, the one who responds, the one who owns their thoughts and decisions. This is who you've always been. This is who you're remembering.
Take a moment to let this recognition settle deeply. Notice how different it feels to remember that your worth was never up for debate. You're beginning to distinguish between the role you play and the authority from which you play it.
Before you go, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. For the next part of our journey, you will practice remembering. When a thought arises about what others think of you, you will remind yourself, not up to me. When you catch yourself seeking their approval, you will remember, my worth is inherent.
Rest here for a moment by the eternal flame. Let its light represent the truth that can never be extinguished, your inherent worthiness, your natural authority. When you're ready, Epictetus will show you how to build an inner citadel that no external storm can shake. Feel how much lighter you already are. Those invisible chains beginning to dissolve. You're ready for the next level of freedom. Epictetus stands and gestures for you to walk with him. Together you move through the temple, examining the carved scenes of inner liberation on the walls. Each image tells a story of someone who found their true strength not in external circumstances, but in the unshakable foundation within. Look at these carvings. Here, a figure stands calm in the center of a storm. There, someone makes a difficult decision with perfect clarity. These are not people who had easy lives. These are people who learn to build their authority from within. When I taught in Nicopolis, students would travel across the empire to learn this secret. Not because I had wealth or status, I had neither, but because I had discovered something more valuable than any external possession: self-ownership. Feel the energy of this sacred space. Every stone speaks of the truth Epictetus is sharing, the recognition that true power comes from complete ownership of your inner world.
Now I will teach you to build what we call the inner citadel. Imagine a fortress within your mind, a place where no external opinion can penetrate, where no circumstance can shake your fundamental peace. The walls of this citadel are built from understanding. Understanding that you are not your reputation. You are not your results. You are not the roles you play. You are the consciousness that chooses how to play them. When someone questions your qualifications, you retreat to this citadel and remember, I am qualified by my willingness to serve and my commitment to excellence. Their opinion of this is not up to me. When someone criticizes your decisions, you retreat to this citadel and remember, I made this choice from my best understanding. Their approval of it is not up to me. When someone suggests you don't belong, you retreat to this citadel and remember, I belong wherever I choose to contribute. Their acceptance is not up to me.
Notice how powerful this feels, to have a place of absolute safety within yourself, a foundation that cannot be shaken by any external circumstance. This is what Epictetus discovered in the depths of slavery, and what he's now giving to you.
I will tell you something that may surprise you. Some of the most insecure people I ever met were those with the most external validation. Emperors who couldn't sleep for worry about their reputation. Wealthy merchants who felt poor because someone had more. And some of the most confident people I ever met had nothing that the world values. But they had learned the secret you're learning now. They had built their worth on the only foundation that cannot be shaken. Their own character, their own choices, their own commitment to virtue. This is what I mean by self-ownership. Own your thoughts completely. If a thought doesn't serve you, dismiss it. Own your responses completely. Choose how you will react to every circumstance. Own your values completely. Let no one else define. Now comes the practical application. How do you operate from this inner citadel in the daily world of business and leadership? First, you make decisions from your values, not from fear of judgment. Ask yourself, what is the right thing to do here? Not, what will make them approve of me? Second, you validate your own progress. Instead of seeking their praise, you ask yourself, am I growing? Am I contributing? Am I living with integrity? The answers to these questions matter. Their opinions do not. Third, you take full responsibility for your choices and their consequences. When you own your decisions completely, you need no one else's permission to feel confident about them. I want you to imagine yourself in your next challenging situation. Maybe it's a difficult board meeting, maybe it's a crucial investor pitch. But this time you enter that room as someone who owns themselves completely. You speak from your inner citadel. You make your points clearly because you know they're worth making, not because you need their agreement. You ask for what you need because it serves the mission, not because you need their approval.
Feel how different this energy is. This is the vibration of someone who has remembered their true nature. Someone who operates from unshakable inner authority. Let this feeling anchor deeply in your cellular memory.
When you operate from this place, something remarkable happens. Others begin to trust your judgment because you trust it first. They follow your leadership because you have learned to lead yourself. They respect your authority because it comes from a source they recognize as authentic. This is the paradox I discovered. When you stop needing their validation, you often receive their respect. When you stop seeking their approval, you often gain their admiration. But by then, it doesn't matter to you, because you have found something far more valuable, your own unshakable foundation. Let me tell you how I learned this. My master would test me, humiliate me in front of others, try to break my spirit. For years, I gave him this power over my inner peace. Then, one day, I realized something profound. He could control my body, but he could not control my mind unless I let him. He could determine my external circumstances, but he could not determine my internal response unless I gave him permission. In that moment, even as a slave, I became free. You face a different kind of master. The opinion of investors, customers, employees, competitors. But the principle is exactly the same. They can affect your external circumstances, but they cannot touch your inner authority unless you hand it to them. I had students who were senators, generals, wealthy merchants. They had every external marker of success, yet they felt powerless. Because they had built their confidence on sand, on the shifting opinions of others. But when they learned to build on the rock of self-ownership, when they discovered their inner citadel, they became truly powerful. Not because their circumstances changed, but because they changed their relationship to their circumstances.
This ancient wisdom speaks directly to every moment you felt like you didn't belong, every time you've second-guessed yourself, every instance of imposter syndrome. Epictetus is showing you that these experiences were simply cases of mistaken identity. You forgot who you really are.
Your worth is not determined by your role, but by how authentically you play whatever role is assigned to you. A slave who owns his mind is freer than an emperor who is enslaved by others' opinions. A founder who trusts her judgment is more powerful than one who seeks constant validation. Remember this always. You are not what you do. You are how you choose to do it. You are not your position. You are your character in that position. You are not your achievements. You are your commitment to excellence regardless of the outcome.
Epictetus leads you to the center of the temple, directly before the eternal flame. This sacred fire has burned for thousands of years, representing truths that never fade. You stand together in this space of ultimate wisdom, ready to receive the final transmission.
We have walked together through recognition and understanding. Now comes embodiment. This flame before us represents something that no external circumstance can extinguish. Your essential worth, your natural authority, your inherent freedom. I want you to feel this flame not just before you, but within you. Let its light fill every cell of your body, every corner of your mind. This is the energy of someone who is completely self-owned, completely free.
Feel this ancient fire awakening the same flame within you, the flame of unshakable inner certainty, the light of authentic authority. Let it grow brighter with each breath.
Now I will share with you the ultimate secret. When you need nothing from the external world to feel worthy, you become truly powerful. Not power over others, but power over yourself. And this is the only power that matters. Listen carefully. There will be times when they question your decisions. You will remember this moment and say, I made this choice from my best wisdom. Their understanding of it is not up to me. There will be times when they doubt your capabilities. You will remember this flame and say, I am capable of whatever I commit to becoming. Their belief in this is not up to me. There will be times when they suggest you don't belong. You will remember your inner citadel and say, I belong wherever I choose to contribute value. Their acceptance is not up to me. But here is what I want you to understand most deeply. This is not about becoming indifferent to others. This is about becoming so secure in yourself that you can serve them more fully. When you stop needing their approval, you can tell them the truth they need to hear. When you stop fearing their judgment, you can take the risks that create breakthrough. When you stop seeking their validation, you can focus completely on creating value.
Feel how this truth resonates through every fiber of your being. This is the vibration of authentic leadership, of someone who has found their unshakable foundation. Let this energy become your natural state.
I will tell you what happened when I finally understood this completely. I stopped trying to prove myself and started simply being myself. I stopped seeking permission and started taking ownership. I stopped asking, what will they think? And started asking, what is the right thing to do? And in that shift, everything changed. Not my external circumstances at first, but my internal experience transformed completely. I felt what you're feeling right now. This unshakable peace, this quiet confidence, this sense of coming home to yourself. This is your natural state. Everything else is learned. The doubt, the need for validation, the imposter syndrome, these are habits of thought, not truths about you. And habits can be changed. Now I want you to see your future self. 6 months from now, a year from now, operating from this place of complete inner authority. Watch yourself walk into that board meeting. Notice how differently you carry yourself. Your posture speaks of someone who knows their worth. Your voice carries the certainty of someone who trusts their judgment. See yourself making a difficult decision. You gather the information you need. You consult your values. You choose the path that aligns with your integrity. And when others question your choice, you remain centered in your inner citadel. Watch yourself receive criticism. Instead of defensiveness, you feel curiosity. Is there truth here I can learn from? Instead of taking it personally, you remain connected to your essential worth. Their opinion becomes information, not a verdict on your value.
This is not a fantasy. This is who you're becoming. Feel this future self as a present reality. The transformation is already complete at the deepest level. You're simply growing into what has always been true. See yourself inspiring others through your example, not because you're perfect, but because you're authentic. Not because you never doubt, but because you don't let doubt control you. Not because you always succeed, but because you own your choices completely. Watch how others respond to this version of you. They trust your leadership because they sense your self-trust. They follow your vision because they feel your conviction. They respect your authority because it comes from a place they recognize as real. But notice something else. Your success no longer depends on their response. You create value because it's who you are, not because you need their approval. You lead because it serves the mission, not because you need their validation. This is freedom. This is power. This is who you've always been, beneath the learned patterns of doubt and seeking.
Before you return, I want to give you something, a gift that no one can take away. The certainty that you are enough, not because of what you've achieved, but because of who you are. Not because others recognize your worth, but because your worth is inherent. Place your hand over your heart. Feel it beating. This heart has been enough since the moment it began. This consciousness has been worthy since it first awakened. This spirit has belonged here since it chose to incarnate. I give you the freedom I found, the freedom to be yourself completely, the freedom to trust your judgment, the freedom to validate yourself, the freedom to belong wherever you choose to contribute. This transformation is complete, not something you must achieve, but something you must remember. You are inherently worthy. You are naturally authoritative. You are essentially free.
Feel this blessing settling into every cell of your body. This is not just inspiration, but installation. The imposter syndrome that brought you here is dissolving, permanently, replaced by the unshakable knowing of your true nature.
When you wake tomorrow, you will remember this flame within you. When you face challenges, you will feel this inner citadel. When others doubt you, you will trust yourself. This is my gift to you. The same freedom that transformed my life, now transforming yours. Go well, my friend. You have everything you need. You always have. Now you remember.
You stand in perfect stillness before the eternal flame, feeling the profound shift that has occurred. You came here carrying invisible chains of others' approval. You leave with the key to permanent freedom. The temple around you begins to shimmer with golden light, but you realize the true light has been ignited within you, the unshakable flame of inner authority, the quiet fire of self-ownership. Take one last look at Epictetus, this master who found freedom in slavery and taught others to break their invisible chains. His final words echo in the sacred space. You are enough. You have always been enough. Now you remember. Feel how completely this truth has integrated into your being. The doubt that once plagued you feels like a distant memory. The need for external validation has been replaced by inner certainty. The imposter syndrome has dissolved into authentic authority. As you begin to move away from the temple, you carry this transformation with you. Each step back toward ordinary consciousness is a step deeper into your new reality. The person who doubted their worth is gone, replaced by someone who knows their inherent value. You ascend the marble steps slowly. With each number, This new truth anchors more deeply. 20. Completely transformed. 19. Unshakably confident. 18. Naturally authoritative. 17. Essentially worthy. Continue counting yourself back. 16. 15. 14. Each number taking you deeper into peaceful sleep, deeper into integration. This wisdom working through your subconscious mind throughout the night. 10. 9. 8. Your body completely relaxed. Your mind perfectly at peace. 7. 6. 5. The transformation complete and permanent. 4. 3. 2. 1. Rest now in the knowing of who you truly are. Carry this unshakable inner authority into your dreams and into every decision you make. Your journey continues, even in sleep, until we meet again in the space of infinite possibility.